Okay, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. I haven't done a video. I've just been, a little caught up with private, personal issues that I'm currently working on, and job and all that stuff. But this is what I want to say. Today I'm going to branch off of the African politics a little bit and talk about the American politics system. I've been studying the political climate for quite a while, and I'm looking at the Democratic primaries, especially the Democratic primaries, and I think it's fair to say at this point that Bernie Sanders, Mr. Sanders, is the way to go for Americans. This is out of practical issues that are affecting certain members of my family. Because I'm not personally affected, but if your family is affected, it affects you. So, but when you take like the health care for all, I know people, try to make this thing sound like, oh, it's socialism. Oh, it's, we want capitalism, so more people can get rich and this and that. Oh, socialism. We don't want to rely on the government. We want to be able to do things for ourselves and this and that. But when you get affected by this healthcare crisis, for example, and we all know that Mr. Bernie Sanders is definitely, Medicare for all is his big thing. Healthcare for all is his big thing. And it's very important that, the millions of Americans that are going without health insurance, be covered. So there are a lot of issues that we can cover, but I just want to make this appeal. I might be, coming up with more messages along that line, the political thing. But I think mostly, if you're disenfranchised, I think if you're not one of the 0.01%, the top echelons there, I think the best way to go for America moving forward would be Bernie Sanders. You'll say, why not Joe Biden? Mr. Biden, former vice president, career politician, a good man, But at this time right now, going up against the current president, I don't think, Brother Biden has the gravitas, what it takes to, go up against the current president in a debate anywhere, but Mr. Sanders, Bernie Sanders, has what it takes. He's ready for the fight. And even though the Democrats are fighting him in between, there's a lot of fight from the established Democrats right now because they don't want to see it. They consider Mr. Bernie Sanders an outsider. But he is the one who's going to win the primary for the Democrats. And when he does, he's going to be the next president. So I'm just going to make this proclamation today. And it's a prediction. And you would say I said it. But mark my words, Mr. Bernie Sanders is the next president of the United States of America. And that's coming for this 2020 election. It's a big election, guys, So I'll say go for Mr. Bernie Sanders. He's the way to go. And he'll take us down the right path. There's a bunch of issues we can talk about. Some I agree with, some I don't. But I know that if it takes what it takes right now to win this election against the current president, for a Democrat, Bernie Sanders stands the most chance. And he'll get it done because he'll be able to bring Republicans together. Some Republicans, independents for sure. They're all going to come over. And the majority of the electorate, all Democrats, really, I would say 80% of Democrats, the voters, I'm talking about the voters, 80 to 85% are with Mr. Bernie Sanders. But like I said, I'm going to continue this conversation. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So thank you for staying with me. Subscribe, get your friends to come to this channel, and we'll take it from there, okay?